Twitch started off as Justin TV. A man strapped the camera to his head and would livestream everything that happened to him 24/7. Eventually, the site grew and welcomed people from all over the world to livestream. The company had a name change, which we now know as Twitch, and in 2014 was
Fun fact, before you made this video, I didn't fucking know what Twitch was called before that. But let's get
bought out by Amazon for $970 million. Today, the site is known as the #1 streaming platform with 9.2 million monthly active streamers and 140 monthly unique website visitors. With so many people on Twitch, many crimes have been caught on camera, from swatting to robberies to scams to so much more. Welcome to Crimes Caught on Twitch. The first thing I want to do is talk about the horrible Twitch staff. Now, it's very known that Twitch has some, let's say, biased staff. Every other month, it seems like a female streamer gets banned and then unbanned within the same week, whereas a male streamer could get banned for the same thing, if not something less harmful, and end up getting permanently banned. This headquarters, who was banned, and then, what do you know, unbanned a few days later. I mean, if you ask me, that should have been a permanent ban, but no, we see in this tweet here that they're reducing her ban, and basically, you know, she got unbanned, is what I'm trying to say.
Point is,
I'm trying to figure out how she got banned for 22 days, yet the fucking girl that queefed on Twitch got banned for somewhere around the same time. What the fuck?
Twitch, I see where your bans come, I see where they come from, but it's like, to me, it's just like this situation, shoot people at the Twitch headquarters is crazy, bro. Is crazy. That's worse than what Kai said and what Gideon did. I'm sorry, it is, bro.
Narkissa is a trans woman, and there were a lot of arguments that Twitch only did this to seem friendly with the LGBT, blah, 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 but no, it doesn't matter if you're a trans woman or a trans man. Trans women are women, and trans men are men. But I think we can all agree that tweeting out this should be a permanent ban. Now, why? Are the Twitch staff just full of simps? Yeah. And in all honesty, it does seem like Twitch has favorites. Sometimes the reasoning for people getting banned is so stupid, but then if a female does it, again, this is not every single case. It could be a bias with males or females, it doesn't matter. All I'm trying to say is it's inconsistent. The bans are inconsistent. The reasoning of the bans is inconsistent as well. And the type of punishments, you don't know if you're gonna end up getting a 24-hour ban or a week's worth ban. But if you're hot and if you live stream yourself in hot tubs and you got some big personalities, then just maybe Twitch will make a whole category dedicated to your genre.
I don't have big personalities, but I think I look pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could do a little bit of that.
Swatting. Alright, so let's get into some actual crimes caught on Twitch. Though swatting is not as popular as it once was, it's still a thing. Swatting is when a malicious person finds a streamer's address, fakes a police call, let's say they make a report that the person in that house is a harm to themselves or others, and the police come in guns blazing to arrest, you know, the person that they got a call about, aka the innocent streamer.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! There's one in the corner. Put your hands behind your back.
Hello?
I'm coming out, coming out.
Hello? What is going on?
Yes.
What?
Hands up.
I ain't gonna lie, I would fucking shit myself if that fucking happened to me.
Hands up.
Holy shit.
Oh my god!
Oh no, they cut his Wi-Fi and then came and got it.
Swatting doesn't necessarily have to happen only on Twitch streams, right? I mean, if you get into an argument with someone malicious on Discord, there's a chance they could swat you. We talked about that in the Discord video. I'll really quickly sum that up. Make sure to remove all of your personal information from these public websites. What do I mean by public websites? There are websites that are used by professional businesses for background checks. A very popular one is known as White Pages, and there's another one called True People Search. Make sure to go on those websites and look up your mom's name, your dad's name, your name if you're over 18. Make sure to remove yourself from those websites. Obviously, this is how a lot of people get doxxed. Always gotta be one step ahead. Anyway, back to Twitch swatting. Now, why do people do this? I don't know either, because it's funny to them. There are so many compilations of streamers being swatted dating back to 6 years ago to now. Swatting is no joke.
I ain't gonna lie, you gotta be a fucking jackass for that to
Could lead to
funny
human
you.
and animal deaths. Take this 2017 story for example. Though this didn't happen on a Twitch stream, I'd still like to share what swatting can lead to. In 2017, Casey Viner, age 18, and Shane Gaskill, age 19, had an altercation regarding Call of Duty World War II that led to Casey threatening Shane that he was gonna swat him, and Shane thought it would be a good idea to give Casey his old address and say, you know what, here's my address, obviously faking that it's his address, but it's the place he used to live at.
Hey, you know, it's probably fucked up what happened after this, but that was a pro gamer move right there.
So he's like, hey yo, Swat me. If you got the balls, then swat me. Casey then gets in contact with a friend named Tyler Barris, age 20, who ends up making the fraudulent 911 call. And the cops ended up showing up at Shane's old address. There's a new family living there. I mean, what did you expect? People live in houses, right? Families live in houses. Yeah, so the police pull up, right? And in case you want to hear what a fake 911 call made by a pussy sounds like, here you go.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
That nigga looks like a fucking crackhead. Holy shit, I fucked up.
They were arguing and I shot him in the head and he's not breathing anymore.
Okay, so what's going on right now? Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any weapons on you?
Yeah, I do.
What kind of weapons do you have?
A handgun. Because I already poured gasoline all over the house. I might just set it on fire.
Okay, well, we don't need to do that, okay?
In a little bit, I might.
Why would you do that?
This is why I couldn't be a dispatcher. I'd be like, what the fuck do you mean you might? Are you going to do it or are you not?
Do you have my address correct?
So the police arrive, guns already drawn, and they ask the father of the home to put his hands up. And according to one officer, it seemed like he was going to pull something out. So that officer went ahead and shot and killed him. Yes, in front of his wife and children. His name was Andrew Finch. After news came out that the man had died, the swatter actually started tweeting, and his handle was Swatistic, and was saying that, oh, the officer's actually the one that killed him. Untrained officer. Maybe it could have been an untrained officer, but it was really horrible trying to see him justify the fact that he led to this man dying.
You said this on Twitter. You said, I didn't get anyone killed because I didn't discharge a weapon, and being a SWAT member isn't my profession. So do you take, right, do you take any responsibility for what happened?
The argument can be made that the police would have never shut up if I didn't make the call. However, I don't believe that I'm the only guilty party involved in this whole incident, considering I was contacted and, it almost instructed to SWAT and taunted to SWAT an address.
I mean, you made a
No, I mean, honestly, you're just a fucking dumbass.
fraudulent call. What the fuck did you expect, right? Casey was sentenced to 1 year and 3 months in prison and 2 years community service. Shane was sentenced to 2 years probation. And Tyler Barris, aka Swatistic, was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison.
Honestly, I feel like they should have gotten more time, though, because they're the ones that fucking had him involved anyway. Obviously, he's the one that made the call, but I don't know, you know? I just feel like a year or two for the people that actually pretty much like masterminded the whole shit isn't enough.
Man's life was taken, sadly. A father's life, a husband's life. Rest in peace to Andrew Finch. So, what happens to the people that make fraudulent 911 or 999 calls? Well, they get caught and charged with crimes. Doesn't matter if they use a VPN. Doesn't matter if they're using a special software that you can't get traced back to you. Dude, the FBI is gonna get on your ass. Honestly, 99% of the time it seems like swatters are caught. Robberies. These robberies don't need much explanation other than the fact that they happened live. I'll go over some instances in full detail. Stephen Heyman. On August 31st, 2018, Stephen Heyman and John DiPietro, I hope I said that right, were on their way to Dragon Con, a convention made for gamers, comic enthusiasts, science fiction fans, and more. Stephen was streaming the whole thing. This is called IRL streaming, a category of streaming which consists of the streamer carrying around the camera and vlogging everything in real time. Justin Kahn truly is a pioneer. And once they approach Lee Street in Atlanta, Georgia, a man is seen approaching John and pins him to the ground. We can't see much, but we do get a full view of what the man looks like.
Oh, damn.
JP, just let go. JP, just let
JP, just let go.
go. JP, just let go of it.
I ain't gonna lie. This man, friend, gets the award for the worst nigga I've ever seen. He just stood there and watched this man get beat up.
JP, just let go of it.
Let go. Dun, dun, dun.
Jesus Christ.
You can hear Stephen repeatedly say, JP, just let go. And this is due to what I'm assuming is John not wanting the man to take his camera, which the man did end up stealing. From the reports I've read, it seems like the man was never caught. The YouTube comments were full of L friend. This dude is such a bad friend.
Definitely an L friend. Tell me what a coward. So your boy just stood there while he was getting assaulted and strong-armed robbed? What kind of friend is he? Or JP? Or JP indeed. Ah, shit.
and comments like that. But honestly, that was the best thing to do. You don't know if someone is carrying a knife or a firearm, and your life really isn't worth getting killed over something as simple as a camera or your wallet when you could just, you know, reorder all your credit cards back. That clip
That is also true, you know. That man he did look like he could take both of them.
was scary though, because JP was holding onto that camera for like a long time. It's like, bruh, if the dude did have a weapon, he probably would have used it. JP.
My nigga JP.
It's time for new friends. Nah, it's time for JP to realize he ain't shit and ain't neither of them taking that man down. Mr. Big. On October 1st, 2015, Mr. Big was streaming as he always would until he got a knock at his door. He opened the door to a police officer explaining that they had gotten a noise complaint from a neighbor. The police officer explains the call and asks Mr. Big for his name. Mr. Big explains that he doesn't need to give him any sort of information, and it's honestly a pretty long and petty back and forth from both of them, up until the cop places Mr. Big under arrest. I would say wrongfully place him under arrest. I mean, he did have his right to not say anything. Cops can always arrest you based on suspicion. You know, it didn't seem in the clip like there was any suspicion of anything other than just the way Mr. Big was acting. Anyway, so Mr. Big gets arrested, right? They leave and they close the door. So a few minutes after the arrest, the door opens and reveals a
Oh, nah. I can already tell how this is about to go.
neighbor, presumably the one that made the complaint, walking in and stealing a pair of shoes and a headset. He then returns and steals what seems to be his phone and a watch.
Aw, man. This nigga ain't shit at all.
I tuned into Mr. Big's Twitch page, and to my surprise, he still streams. Well, he took a break and is back and averages about 5 to 10 viewers. So I decided to ask him a couple questions, and he was nice enough to answer. Make sure to show him some love, and make sure to tell him I sent you.
My name is Tab. I'm a YouTuber, 800,000 subscribers. I'm currently making a video called Crimes Caught on Twitch, and would love to know what happened to the dude who stole your stuff on stream in 2015. Yeah, he was charged. Guy was a career criminal, man. Had a lengthy criminal history. I think he did 3 years for that shit. His name's Jeremy Frostad. You could probably look up his criminal history.
And on September 18th, 2016, he was taking a stroll in New York City while streaming himself. Everything was going fine until he gets punched in the jaw and taken down to the ground as the thief repeatedly tells him to, quote, take it off. He had a strap with all his devices connected to him. RickyBot can't help but say no and please, since the man stole 3 cell phones and the camera itself. RickyBot was taken to a local hospital with a laceration on the side of his head and a swollen right cheek. That night, Ricky put out a series of tweets reading, I got mugged playing Pokemon Go in Central Park. Still talking to police and will go to the hospital soon. My jaw is a mess. Thanks all. My Twitch account got suspended. Literally insult to injury. Hashtag Twitch. Scan on jaw was negative, so just swollen for a few days. Bump on head was from hitting the pavement, and blood was from scratch on elbow. Oh great, just discovered I need to drink everything via straw now. NBA 2K streamer. So there's a lot of debate whether this one is real or fake, so we'll go through it together. First, we see the streamer having fun and playing his game. Then there are some really loud bangs at the door.
Oh, shit.
The streamer reacts and is then met with a handgun being pointed at his face, and he screams. Alright, don't roast his scream, because I'm pretty sure if any of us were in that position, we would not know what to do. So I know you chuckled after that scream, and I did too, but like, let's not be too hard on that scream. One of the thieves goes to keep his wife quiet, and you can hear the kids in the background. The other is beating the streamer repeatedly with brass knuckles, asking where the money is at. The streamer explains that he doesn't have any money, and the robber says, keep playing with me and I'll shoot your girl, which leads to him punching the streamer a lot. The other thief comes into frame and explains that there's money in the room, and then they force him to show them exactly how to access it. After a few seconds, they both rush out the front door. Now, is this fake? The video itself seemed pretty real to me, but it was the research.
Am I ain't gonna lie, if that is real, that's fucked up. That got caught on stream. Yeah, that was crazy. Shout out to my boy Tough, man. I'm gonna link his channel down below in a video, and you know, all that good stuff. I appreciate you watching.
Slow up, no, I don't take